Corey, we're gonna talk about your favorite team. No, he's a Colts fan, guys. I'm messing with him. The Titans are 5-2. They've beaten the Chiefs and the Bills. Right now, Corey, are they the best team in the AFC?
I'm sure you'll be surprised at my answer. But, look, it's impressive they were able to win that shootout against Buffalo. But honestly, right now, I don't know that a win over Kansas City really says that much with just how much of a mess that team looks like right now. As we just talked about, the Chiefs are in trouble. So the Titans are in a spot where if they can beat the Colts on Sunday, then they essentially put away the AFC South. They'll be up essentially 4 games, and they're, I believe, tied with Philadelphia for having the easiest remaining schedule left. So by the end of the year, their record could look very impressive. But I don't trust their defense. I think they're ranked 22nd right now. They do have 2 legit top-tier players, Jeffrey Simmons and Kevin Byard. But I'm not sure if they have another true difference maker beyond that. I know Caleb Farley was a guy that they drafted and was a guy they needed to play well, and he's now done for the year. And, Janoris Jenkins is there. He's been okay. He's not a guy I'm really worried about anymore. I believe their 3rd-round rookie is playing the other corner right now, who's also been okay. But then even with the addition of Julio Jones having A.J. Brown, the offense still feels like it's Derrick Henry or bust, which is fine while Derrick Henry is doing the unreal things that we have seen him do so far this year. But if anything happens to him, I think it's a house of cards that comes down. Yeah. And with the workload that they're giving Derrick Henry between last year and this year, I feel like it's just a matter of time before something happens. Whether it be something as simple as an ankle sprain or something that slows him down. And I'm just not convinced that Ryan Tannehill is the kind of guy that can carry a team with any kind of consistency. Unless they've got the running game and play action, I don't think he's that reliable. And I think Vrabel is a decent coach, but I don't think he's a great coach. And personally, I still think Buffalo is the best team of the AFC right now. I know Tennessee just beat them 2 weeks ago in Tennessee. But I also think that if, those 2 teams played 10 times, Buffalo probably wins 7 those matchups. So while the Titans are, yes, they're a good team. I don't think they're the best in the conference. But maybe I am just biased by the fact that I have spent years now watching the Titans be the epitome of mediocrity. So I am slow to come around to the fact that maybe they have finally taken that next step. Time will tell, but for now, that's where I'm at.
All right, Craig. Titans are 5-2, man, and they're the best team in the AFC. Are they the best? The Titans are 5-2. They're beating the Chiefs and the Bills. Are they the best team in the AFC?
I think they're one of the best, but they're not the best overall. I agree with Corey. I'm going with the Bills. I know the Bills lost to them 2 weeks ago by one possession. I think it was 3 points. And if Josh Allen doesn't fumble the ball or whatever, trying to do a quarterback sneak or get stopped or whatever happened to him, like they win that game.
He slipped.
Yeah, if he doesn't slip, right. So I think they win that game. It's unfortunate that happened to him, but and they be 5-1 right now instead of being 4-2, and the only one lost team in the AFC. But you look at the Bills, you look at the defense, and the defense is the best statistically in the I'm going by yards per game because they had a bye week. The best in the league, yards per game. They're giving up the least amount of points per game as well. Or they're tied with Arizona. And then on the offense, man, they have one of the top. They have the 6 or 7 best offense in the league. Yards per game. Their passing offense is right there as well in the top 10. their rushing attack, which I didn't think so, but they are in the top 10 as well, and they're second in points. You combine that with the fact that they got Josh Allen back there playing quarterback. He's on pace for almost 45 touchdowns and over 5,000 yards. Like, I mean, he's playing like an MVP. And I mean, their running backs aren't big household name running backs, but they're getting the job done. Singletary and Moss, along with Allen, like all three of them guys, able to run the ball. They have one of the best wide receivers, Stephon Diggs. Like, I'm definitely not picking. And they have Emmanuel Sanders has erupted. Beasley's still Beasley. He's one of the better like slot wide receivers. And Knox has come out of nowhere to me. I think he has the most touchdowns received on the team. So he's beasting. Like, the whole team is playing well. Like, I'm not taking anything away from Tennessee. I think what they did against Buffalo was phenomenal. Big win for them. Kansas City, like Corey said, it looked good. If they had won the game earlier on, like before the season started, it looked like if they could beat this team. But the way Kansas City's playing, I'll give them credit that they dominated that Chiefs offense, and and this Tennessee Titans defense hasn't been anything to write home about. But they came out there and they dominated that team. Like, they lost to the Jets, so I can't. I mean, I know they beat the Bills, like I said, but they lost to the Jets, man. I can't put a team that lost to the Jets. That's the best team in the AFC. I mean, they big win over Russell Wilson. That was a good quarterback that they played, that they beat. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, great wins there. But man, that Jets game is just something I can't look past. I think if they can beat the Colts this week and then have a good showing against the Rams the following week, both games on the road, and then they come home against the Saints, like that's 3 tough games right there. You could say that's 5 tough games in a row for them. Kind of had the same feel that the Colts had to deal with in the beginning of the season. So this is going to be an interesting stretch for them. And I'm not sure if they can actually withstand this. Ryan Tannehill was not playing that great. He's not playing, to me, he's not playing as great as he was last season. And he has a better wide receiver cast with Julio Jones being there. AJ Brown, I know they've been hurt. They've been in and out of the lineup with injuries and whatever. And they had to rely on Derrick Henry again, like they've had the last couple of years. And he's been playing like an MVP as well. Didn't really have a great game of running the ball like he's had most of the season last week, but he had a passing touchdown and he looked really good. But I mean, it comes back to the defense to me, and I just don't see a Super Bowl caliber or like a top team caliber defense for this Tennessee Titans team. And for that reason alone, I'm not putting them above Buffalo. I think if they were to play in Buffalo, I think they wouldn't score 34 points. I think it would be probably the other way around, maybe like 34-17 or something like that. Buffalo wins. And like Corey said, 10 times they play each other. You do 5 on each team's home field. I think 7 times or 8 times Buffalo wins, to 2 or 3 times Tennessee wins. So I think these next 5 games are going to be, or the next 4 games are going to be really interesting. Like you said, about the Chiefs, these next 4 games for the Titans are going to be just as interesting or just as important for to figure out. The next 3 games are going to be really interesting, really important for this team to figure out, okay, what this team is actually made of. Next 2 on the road. This is a division game. If they lose this game, they'll be 5-3, and the Colts are starting to come along. They'll be 4-4. So it's I think, I'm not saying this is a must-win game, but it's really going to make people. It's going to put people on notice about how serious to take the Titans. I know a lot of people like me I wrote them off after that Jets loss, but they won 3 in a row now. We'll see what they're made of after this coming week, and I don't think it's going to be good for them because I think they're going to lose. But
okay, the Titans. Yes, they are right now. I'm gonna say it. They are right now. Yes, they are the team to beat in the AFC. Yes, I said it. Man. They already beat the Buffalo Bills. They already beat the Chiefs. Now listen, man. They've been a good team every year. They're really consistent. Vrabel's a good coach. And I think this year, with all the injuries that he had, I mean, I feel like he's calling cornerbacks off the street, and he still beat Buffalo. His cornerbacks are decimated. So, and that's Derrick Henry, you know. So I think they're winning right now. They're just the team to beat. I'm just being honest, man. It's the questions right now. Listen, not late in the season. Hey, if the playoffs were right now, the Titans would be the number. Well, no, yeah. It was 5-2. They're number one. Wouldn't they be the number one seed? Let's see.
No. Cincinnati's number one.
Cincinnati would be the number one seed. But that's not going to hold up. But anyway, that's what I just think they are, man. I think they're playing good. Everything's clicking. Their defense is getting the stops they need. The offense is run through Derrick Henry. And then he threw a touchdown pass. The man could do anything you ask him to do, man. MVP. Thank you. So, hey, man, if he breaks the record, he deserves it, man. But I don't think that's going to happen. So it's a quarterback-driven league. You know, we talked about that. But you got to give it to him. Derrick Henry he's a beast, man. So that's what it is, man. I think they're the best team right now, you know. And you're right, Craig.